this is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed human.
Peace to the planet. This is Charlamagne the God from the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club. The new Nissan Pathfinder is built for big adventures. Engineered with a powerful V6 engine and 9-speed automatic transmission, it's Ward's most awarded V6 over the last 30 years. And it's ready to power your next road trip with premium tech forward room for up to 8 passengers. From everyday drives to long and winding journeys with the whole family, the Pathfinder is ready when you are. So start planning the new Nissan Pathfinder, built to confidently take you further.
Back to school is here, and Target has everything families need to help head into the school year feeling confident and ready to do their thing. From school supplies and stylish apparel to accessories kids actually want, Target makes it easy to check every box on your list at a great value. We're talking backpacks starting at just $5 and up to 60% off school supplies. Plus, kids can express their style with brands and collabs they love like Love Shack Fancy, Cat and Jack, Overtime, and customizable Owala bottles with stickers, charms, and much more. The prices parents want and the brands kids love, all in one place at Target.
What's up, fam? It's sports journalist Ari Chambers.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Sam J.
And we're the hosts of Everyone Watches Women's Sports, a new podcast from Together.
We're breaking down the biggest headlines, the viral moments, and the stories everyone's talking about across women's sports.
From game-changing performances to culture-shifting conversations, we'll give you our takes, our debates, and a few laughs along the way.
Because everyone watches women's sports. Listen to Everyone Watches Women's Sports
on the iHeartRadio app,
Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Betrayal Weekly is back with brand new stories. From threatening text messages disturbing a small Midwestern town.
It was from an unknown number. Who else is getting these messages? Why did it start with us?
To long cons and stolen identities.
Who lies about being this sick? This was the last time I ever believed a word she said.
Listen to Betrayal Weekly on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome to the Black Mother Wound Podcast, a production of the Black Effect Podcast Network and iHeartRadio, where we center the stories of Black women as we heal from the painful relationships with our mothers. Welcome to the Black Mother Wound Podcast. I'm your host, Jennifer Arnice. Happy Tuesday, everybody, or whatever day you are listening to this podcast. Welcome back. It is, what is this, the 13th or 14th? Let me look at my phone. It's the 14th of July. Good God Almighty. How is the year halfway over? I am in last minute preparations for the Black Mother Wound Live. That is my live podcast recording event I have coming up here in Charlotte on Saturday, July 18th. And I am so excited. I'm starting to get nervous. I was brushing my teeth this morning and I was like, oh, I feel like I'm about to throw up. And I don't really get nervous. I'm not afraid to speak in front of people or anything like that. But it's more than that. This is me betting on myself. This is me believing in myself. This is, I think, one of the first times I've put something together and I have a group of people have stepped in to help me and make this thing so much better than it could have ever been by myself. And they've helped me see myself differently. It has, and I think that's the scariest part. I think I talked a couple weeks ago about, identity. Who am I? And I know who I want to be. I want to be genuinely confident, and I want to be someone who follows through on my plans, and I want to be somebody who believes in myself and dreams big and all of those things. And I struggle in all those areas. It may not seem like it to some, but I do. But this is definitely changing my brain chemistry and teaching me so much about myself, other people, and what's available to me, So if you are in the Charlotte area or want to come to the Charlotte area this weekend, I've got a few more tickets left. Just go on to blackmotherwoundhealing.com, blackmotherwoundhealing.com, and you can pick up a ticket there. And I'll even throw in a coupon code for 20% off. It's BMW Live. If you put that in at checkout, it'll give you 20% off of your ticket. I was down to no seats left, and then people were still reaching out. And I called the guy who owns the space where we're having the recording. And I was like, can I fit a few more chairs in there? And he was like, sure, go ahead. I was like, okay. So I'm kind of opening it up to a few more people. So if you're interested, just go to that website, use that coupon code, and come find me on Saturday. Well, you won't have to come find me because I'll be right there, because it's such a beautiful, intimate space that we're going to be in. And I'm just thrilled to be doing that. So now that that's out of the way, today I want to talk about, I guess, which is an extension of kind of, what I was just saying I'm learning about myself putting this event together, is like things I wish I knew earlier. So it's like, I don't know if this is a letter to my younger self, a letter to you all. As y'all know, I'm 51 and I've been on this healing journey for about 10 years. So those first 40 years, I don't even know how I was wiping my own ass when I look back. I'm like, girl, you were really just like an orphan in the streets. You were like a wild, savage animal, just making it work on your own. But then shit would fall apart, undoubtedly, because my foundation was so fractured based off of how I was raised. So I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the things that I wish I knew earlier. I hope this is helpful to you, and you can finally make these changes, find out how to let these things go, how to change your life sooner rather than later. Because let me tell you, and all the ladies that's around my age, you can attest to this, I'm sure. There is a certain level of grief that comes with hindsight. It might be 2020, but to look at your life and how it could have been different in so many ways if it were not for growing up with an emotionally immature and emotionally neglectful primary caregiver, our mama, auntie, grandmother, whoever that matriarch was for you, and having to swallow that pill of, damn, it could have been different. But in the moment, it felt like that was the only way. Like, I think that's the first thing I would say is, I wish I knew as a teenager, in my 20s, in my 30s, that I had a choice. I never knew I had a choice. The combination of an emotionally neglectful mother and the indoctrination of evangelical Christian cultism, that's what I'm calling it, a cult, taught me that I was in a corner and that I had no choice. And that impacted me in so many ways, because I thought if somebody presented something to me, I didn't have a choice. If somebody wanted to be my friend, okay, you can be my friend. If you want me to eat this certain food, okay, I'll eat that food. And I'll say this to this one right here. This how deep this goes. If a man wanted to have sex with me, I would have sex with him, because I didn't think I could say no. I didn't think I had a choice. I didn't even know how little of my own mind I was using for myself. I had no clue. And whenever my brain wanted to do something different, it would be so violent in my mind. It was like a fear and a panic would set in, because I was raised, trained, groomed to be so fucking obedient to the person that I wanted love and care from, that I did not know how to question people. I did not know how to formulate my own authentic perspective on them, on me, the situation, what I wanted, what the impact would be of me making a choice either way. I had no fucking clue, right? And it's funny, people probably don't think that, because on the flip side, I came off, you know what, I'm about to say, I came off as somebody who was incredibly defiant and rebellious. But I really didn't. That was just what my mother and family thought about me. That's what they thought. They thought that I was fast. I need to sit my tail down somewhere, and you just think you can do whatever you want to do, not even realizing I was never doing what I wanted to do. I was just trying to find some type of emotional safety where I could relax. That's all I was looking for. And I did not have it at home. I did not have it with my family members. I did not have the support of them. I was gaslit. I don't think people, first of all, nobody believed that my mother was a bad mother. Nobody, or they just didn't care. And no one came to save me. No one came and was like, this isn't right. And it's really fucked up. So that's something I wish I knew earlier. I wish I would have known what care really felt like, because there were so many people around me, family, people, air quote, friends, who was the real motherfucking ops. People who didn't want me to really be happy. I think I feel like people thought that I had so much going on for me that it was unfair for me to ask for more. That was the feeling when I look back that it always felt like. It was like, you're asking for too much. And I'm like, I'm not getting anything. And the people who think I'm asking for too much, boy, do they have it. I just wanted the simple things that they had: care, love, support, nurturing. So it's really strange to me that they had that, and for whatever reason, they didn't want me to have it. But yeah, so me wishing that I had a choice, that is probably the most fundamental thing. And I want you to know you have a choice. Now, do other people have to support your choice? No, nobody owes you that, because again, freedom ain't free. And oftentimes we want other people to, we want to get their buy-in. We want to know that we're going to be loved, supported, accepted. We want to know that it's going to be agreed with, that nobody's going to be mad with us if we make this choice. And that I can't promise you. So the next thing, on top of wishing I knew I had a choice, I wish I knew that I was capable. I wish I knew I could do it. And I don't mean heal my mother wound. I mean just whatever it is I wanted to do, I wish that I had the confidence earlier. And I wish I knew how to cultivate confidence earlier. I wish I knew how to get around people who fostered confidence in me, because I grew up with someone who was so afraid of life and what life was bringing and what life had brought her, that she made it very clear to me that I was not capable, that I didn't know what I was doing. And there was not ever any reasons behind it. It was just her fear. And she always stepped in when she didn't need to. And when she should have stepped in, she didn't.
What's up, fam? I'm sports journalist Ari Chambers.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Sam J.
And we're the hosts of Everyone Watches Women's Sports, a new podcast from Together and iHeart Women's Sports.
Because let's be real, women's sports is giving us way too much to talk about these days.
So Kelsey Findler, she became the first female solo rower to go from California to Hawaii.
My first thought is just like, what's up with the snacks? Like, what are we eating?
The highlights, the rivalries, the breakout stars, the moments that take over your entire timeline.
And the conversations that start during the game and somehow keep going all week. Every week, we're breaking down the biggest stories across women's sports.
Naomi Osaka showing out. She beat Sabalenka.
Shout out to you, Naomi.
You get the palm, Naomi. You get the palm
for that. Because we're not just interested in what happened, we're interested in why everyone's talking about it. Because everyone watches women's sports. Listen to Everyone Watches Women's Sports
on the iHeartRadio app,
Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, it's Alec Baldwin. This season on my podcast, Here's the Thing, I'm speaking with more artists, policymakers, and performers like composer Mark Shaman.
Once you've established that you have the talent, it's about the hang. It's the pleasure of hanging out with the people that you're with. You know, Rob and I was always a great hang. We would sit and kibitz for hours and then eventually get around to the music. That's what I mostly think of when I think of him, the time together laughing.
Lawyer Robbie Kaplan.
The great gift of being a lawyer is the ability to actually change things in our society in a way that very few people can. I mean, you can really make a difference to causes in the United States if you bring the right case at the right time. And
Marriage
win.
equality.
Yeah, Windsor's the perfect example.
Director Morgan Neville.
Film school teaches you all the wrong things about making documentary. What do you want to say? Documentary is all about your ear. What do you hear? I feel like my job is listening really, really hard.
Listen to Here's the Thing on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
You said to me, yo, keep at it, because you let me rap for you. It was magical for all all of us. They were like, we made it. Yeah. I'm like, we? I'm like, I know these guys, but who are you? I'm MC Jin, and this is Laugh But Not Least. I'll be chatting with guests from all walks of life about the power of humor when it comes to facing difficult times, like the co-founder of Rough Riders, Darren D. Dean. Talking about as a kid. Do you remember that we met even way before that?
Let me think. Did you walk up to the gate?
That was me, D.
That was you?
That was me. The
Right.
day we found out that you and the whole crew was at Hit Factory, the mission was to get me to go to the gate, start freestyling, and see if I could get in the studio. I'm rapping, and then suddenly I hear a voice. Hey, open the gate. Let him in. The gate slowly went gunk, 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 gunk. They all there watching this, and they watch me walk into there, and that is a moment that I will remember for the rest of my life. Listen to Laugh But Not Least with MC Jin on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, I'm Chris Fairbanks.
And I'm Karen Kilgariff. We host Do You Need a Ride, the mobile comedy podcast that answers the question, what does it sound like when we drive our comedian friends around the wild streets of Los Angeles?
Yes, every week we pick up a hilarious guest, maybe run some errands, share some laughs, and our dreams.
Like when Martha Kelly shared her career pivot.
I want to become a influencer of divorced moms whose kids have gone off to college who have decided they're going to start living life for themselves.
Or the time Baron Vaughn got distracted by the majestic scenery.
Then there's a freaking deer right there on the side of the road.
Holy shit.
Eating freaking road grass.
I wish you said glass.
New episodes drop every Monday on the Exactly Right Network.
Listen to Do You Need a Ride on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And let me tell you something. Being 51 and learning how to be confident is hard as fuck. I'm telling y'all this because I don't want you, one, to live with the regret. And two, at this age, I want you to be, not that you don't have challenges, not that you won't go through things, but some of this basic shit, this is like kindergarten shit that I'm going through. It's like I'm having to go back to elementary school development and learn things. So my big ass is in the littlest little desk in the first and second grade trying to get these things that I didn't get before, and having to accept how not knowing these things impacted the choices I made and how my life turned out. Baby, my God, that reckoning, I told you earlier, like about the grief and learning to accept, like, you do not get a chance to do this shit the fuck over. You don't get a chance to do it over. It is imperative that you do everything in your power, and whatever's not in your power, you find the power to do, so that you have the life as close to as possible that you are meant to have. Not the one other people say you're supposed to have, but the dream you have in your life, the dream that you want for yourself, that you give yourself the tools to have it. And it's not just about, money or relationship, but you know what that does? That is a big part. Those things make up a lot of it. Because I went through most of my life being chronically underemployed, according to the federal government on my public assistance reviews, below the poverty line with a child. And with people, wasted so much time with the wrong fucking men. My God, let's just go to that. Okay, let's go to that. I wish I would have been able to pick better men in my life, because goddamn, it's cute when you have friends. You might go through some stuff with friends, but you go through way more shit with some niggas. And I wish I would have known I had the choice, had the confidence to pick better men in my life. So it's interesting because a good portion, I would say the majority of my one-on-one coaching clients that I have had, not all of them, but the majority of them have been married. And if y'all are listening, just I'm not saying no names, but I gotta say this, and there's only one way to say it. They was with some raggedy ass men, and they were trying to figure out how to heal their mother wound and not include the relationship with their husband in that healing. And I don't think any of them ever finished their coaching with me, because they knew the things I was asking them to do, to consider, to think about. And I wouldn't even talk about their husband like, well, girl, you need to leave his ass, which is what I wanted to say. I wanted to say, girl, you going through all of this because of that nigga that you with. All of your problems will be over if you left his ass. Not all of them, but the majority of them would be over. And what has happened to me is we dated our mother. And that deep loyalty that we had to our mother, that deep sense of responsibility and debt that we had, that it was our job to take care of everyone, and that if we could just be good enough, that other people would, I guess, rise to the occasion. It's a motherfucking lie. And so if you are with a man right now, I'm going to tell you what I didn't tell them. And you don't feel 100% supported, if you don't feel listened to, if you don't feel 100% valued when you are as yourself, not supported and valued once you have shrunk yourself down, not supported and valued then, but when you stand 10 toes in who you are, when you exhibit calm and grace and confidence and intelligence and magnetism and beauty and humor and brilliance, when you exhibit those things and a nigga don't stand up and clap for you, if he doesn't support that every motherfucking time, you better pack your shit and go, girl, because it's never going to get better. It ain't never going to get better. It ain't got nothing to do with him not having a job, and he's going through some things on his own, and what happened with his mother, and he just need another chance. I don't give a fuck. And listen, if you're 16, 17, in your 20s, while you're young, while you still have life, the majority of your life ahead of you, if you don't leave that nigga today, don't come to me in my DMs or emailing me saying a goddamn thing. You better leave his ass and don't look back, and don't go find another person that's like him. because you will believe that that's all you deserve. You will believe that's the best that you can have. And once you leave them, if it doesn't work out for any reason, you will then go find somebody else. You will be thinking you just have to stick with that type of person. Do not do it. I wish I would have known how to make better choices in men. Oh my Lord, what my life would have looked, just that single thing. And if you ain't had no kids, don't have no kids by that nigga. If he is not applauding you, if he is not telling you how amazing you are, if he is not pushing you to new heights, he's the motherfucking ops. He's a hater. You hear me? I don't care how much he say he love you. I don't care how much money he give you. It's a motherfucking trap. Sometimes a nigga taking care of you is a trap. But because we have wanted somebody to take care of us, to show us that we matter in some kind of way, that we end up with people and we think they're taking care of us because we're still that little girl. You're thinking about caretaking, like, I don't have to be responsible for myself. They'll handle it. I don't want to do that. Like, that's childish. Girl, what I wish I would have known better, that I'm responsible for my life. I am responsible for my life. My mother is not responsible. The men I date are not responsible. My friends are not responsible. The government is not responsible. Freedom ain't free. And a lot of times we get caught up in wanting somebody to rescue us. No, wanting our mother to rescue us. And we find that in other people, in other situations. And we've spent so much time as a child, as a teenager, as a young adult, taking care of all of our needs too early, too soon, too much. We are exhausted. I can say that. And so it's like, oh my God, I've been doing this. I just want somebody to take the burden of me living off of me. And that's not possible. What you're going to have to do is get into therapy, move your body, talk to people, be in a community, read the books, all those things that have to happen. Work with me as a coach, where you have to expand your capacity to care for yourself, to be responsible for yourself, because no one, and I mean no one, is going to be able to take better care of you than you. And nobody's going to know what you need. You stop trying to turn your boss, your job, your friends, your nigga, your girlfriend into your mother, into who's supposed to pay the debt that she owes you. Nobody can do it. Expand your capacity to take care of yourself. Expand your capacity to be consistent, to think highly of yourself, to know how to make good choices for yourself, to know what you want in life, and to be able to, in learning how to decide, how to make decisions that are in your best interest. What a life I could have had if I would have learned how to make decisions that were in my best interest. But I thought, I'm making decisions for other people that would be good for them, because that makes me a good person. And then they'll see that I'm a good person, and then they'll make a decision that's in my best interest. And so it's like a give and take type of thing, but really that's codependence. When it's like, now, no, Jennifer, you make a decision that's best for you. Let them make a decision that's best for them, and see if there's compatibility in that decision. If there's an overlap, when I do what's right for me, you do what's right for you, are we still in the same circle, or has it taken us away from each other? And you have to going to be able to accept that, because the pain you feel is never about how somebody else treated you. The pain you feel is about how you treated yourself, how you abandoned yourself, how you neglected yourself, how you shamed and rejected yourself, how you showed so little respect for yourself, present company included. That is what that ache in your heart is. It's not them. It's not your love for them. It is your inner little girl saying, God damn, she left me again. She picked somebody else over me again. She forgot about me again. That's what that ache is. It is telling you that you have betrayed you, not that somebody else has. Okay? I could go through this probably for days on the things that I wish I would have known earlier, sooner. How I wish this healing came earlier in my life. And it's not, and this is my lot in life, because I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop growing. I'm not going to stop healing. But I also realize some things I won't get. Boy, that's a sermon for another day. There are certain things I won't get, and making peace with that, and understanding that I'm here as an adult in whatever capacity because of my own choices. Now, yes, I didn't know better, but I'm still here because of my choices, and learning to use that as fuel for better choices, so that for the life that I have, I can live it to the fullest. That's really what I'm focused on. And that's really what I want you guys to be focused on. That's why I would say it's not about your motherfucking mama. It's not about your relationship with your mama. Like, goddamn, that is holding you back. It is not trying to figure out why she do this or why she do that. It is not about that. It's not about that. It is about your relationship with yourself and building a healthy and loving one, brick by brick. And baby, sometimes it feels like back-breaking work, but when you step back from that wall and you see the structure, you see the foundation is built on, you see how it's gonna keep you warm, it's gonna provide comfort, it's gonna be there even after you're gone. It's the legacy. That is the legacy that I want us to lead, and that is the legacy of being there for ourselves. That's what I want for all of us. Listen, that's all I got today. I love you deeply. I love you dearly. Stop letting motherfuckers play in your face, including you, because you are the number one op right now. I don't want to hear no excuses, okay, about what nobody else did. You the ops right now in your own life. But it doesn't have to stay that way. So, yeah, I love you dearly. I'll talk to you next week. If you're interested in being in Charlotte, seeing us have a live podcast recording with audience participation. This ain't just me just sitting here talking. This is going to be some good shit. We're going to cry and kiki, okay? But if you're interested in that, go to blackmotherwoundhealing.com to get you a ticket. I've got a few seats left, and you can use the coupon code BMW Live for 20% off. Okay. Love you. Bye. Thank you for listening to the Black Mother Wound podcast. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and make sure you comment, subscribe, and rate the show. You can keep the conversation going over on IG at Black Mother Wound, and click the link in the show notes to download the free Mother Wound Healing Guide. See you next week.
He's dribbling the ball with everything on the line. He's driving down the pitch. He's facing price hikes and cuts past him. Carrier Contracts tries to block him. Oh, he leaves him in the dust. He's at the edge of the box. He cuts past the nonstop group chat trash talk. He clears on goal. He shoots. Goal! Unlimited data for $25 a month forever!
Visit your local Boost Mobile store today to get unlimited data with a price that never changes. Boost Mobile. After 30 GB, customers may experience lower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost $25 unlimited plan.
We learned how to love dogs from the dogs that loved us and waited for us to get home from school. They were the dogs that raised us. We returned the love with Pedigree dog food. It was good then, and it's better now. Every bowl has 100% complete nutrition, supporting 6 health essentials. And now it includes Vitamin Good Bites, a nutrient boost your dog will love. Pedigree. Good then, better now.
The game started. Call your dad.
I'm on it, Ma. Hola, Pa.
Hello, hijita. I can't hear you. I'm at the stadium in Monterrey. Goal!
Here, shout goal together. Get nonstop talk, text, and data in the U.S., Mexico, and Canada with T-Mobile, America's best network. Switch on the T-Life app or on T-Mobile.com/connectate. On qualifying plans, not for extended international use. You must reside in the U.S. In primary usage must occur on our network. Best based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence Data 2H 2025.
When Kohler, global design leader in luxurious kitchen and bath products, asked me to be their ambassador for timeless, elegant, durable cast iron, I said, I'm in. Soon after, I was in their Kohler, Wisconsin foundry, watching molten iron poured, enamel applied by hand, and the beautiful finished pieces ready to ship. Since 1883, Kohler cast iron has been crafted by incredible artisans, and seeing it firsthand gave me a whole new appreciation for their craftsmanship. Now, I'm proud to lend my stamp of approval to my favorite Kohler cast iron products for their durability, beauty, and enduring style. Shop my curated picks at Kohler.com. As the Kohler cast iron ambassador, I say, long live cast iron.
This is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed Human.